An ending? I mean, that's hecka deep.
Mm-hmm. That's such a hard question. Okay, what is an ending?
A conclusion to something.
The last or final part of something.
There's a beginning, which is the start. There's the middle, which is the ongoing, like, continuous thing. And then there's the end.
Like the closing of a chapter or a significant change.
A resolution to something. When something kind of finally comes to a close.
Something that finishes or completes.
I don't think there really is an ending because it's like things change and you let yourself react.
To me, ending is, I don't know. I guess to me, ending is just a change, and it means, I guess, that you're growing.
An ending can be good, and it can be bad, but in order for something to start again, something has to stop.
I think it's definitely a cycle, and in order for change to occur in someone's life and into my life, that things have to end for other things to start.
It means to me growth. It means
being able to look back at everything you've learned, whether it comes abruptly or not, and seeing how to move forward.
Just life, just to give us an opportunity to start anew, I guess.
Whether or not you were ready for it, like, I think an ending is just like when you have to let something go.
Like, my experience with ending would just be from like that transition between childhood and like your adolescence and this point in not knowing something to really being very confident.
I would say they're markers of points in my life, points of reflection, growth, opportunity. So I think those moments where I know they're coming, those are bittersweet.
the end of high school, the end of my childhood, I guess. But now, like, I've just, like, grown, and I think that because my quote-unquote childhood has ended, I've become this, like, other person that I knew existed, but, like, took a while to come to.
I think human connection is something I value a lot, and when you do feel very connected to somebody and then all of a sudden it ends, I think it leaves a lasting mark. If you're always the same, you're never progressing. So there's always something to be learned from all of those endings.
I mean, endings are everywhere, you know. I look back at it and I think my growth as a person there is over. Like, I feel like I moved on from that.
Well, I guess it's hard to, like, prepare yourself for something when you don't know when it's going to happen or not, and, like, trying to stay hopeful, but also, like, being realistic and, like, understanding that, like, some, like, things don't last forever.
Even though I hate them, I think that they're great for my life so that I can grow and evolve, because, I mean, really without it, we just kind of become stuck.
Yeah, I don't know. It was upsetting. And now I'm at that point where it's like, I need to find things to like fuel my creative genius.
I think I was in denial at first. I like did not know how to process. And then I felt angry, and then I felt sad, and yeah.
Probably a level of anxiety, and a sense of being lost in what is this new normal.
Finally felt like I could listen to myself think rather than just absently doing stuff because I'm stressed.
If they're painful and they come with sadness, I usually feel it in my hands.
It's natural to feel an internal sense of heaviness when you're dealing with something that you don't necessarily want to deal with. It's always weighing on the back of your mind, and I guess that can be physicalized in crying.
I do eventually like get to a calmer phase, because I realize that it's inevitable and it has to happen.
I think endings are good. Everything happens for a reason, and that it's meant for things to kind of start new.
Maybe sometimes endings can feel bad, or endings bring on emotions that you dislike, but I don't think they're ever bad.
I think that because they are needed, that they can be looked at as just like, oh, that's only because it's needed. But I think it's a good thing, because we have to conclude something, or we have to let something just like settle in its place, and let a situation or even someone let them be.
I think whatever we take from that experience, we should always try to look for the positive, because nothing lasts forever, you know? So I think just continuing to learn from the past.
No matter what, ending teaches you something, and if you're looking at it through that lens, then I think it's good. But if you're looking at it like something was taken away from you that you'll never get back, or I guess the end of life as it was, then maybe it's bad. It's just in the perspective.
Now I feel kind of nostalgic when I think about all of like the good memories from this year, and then it like hurts a little bit to think about like what could have been, like for all the things that everyone was going to produce and like experience together.
I don't know, like I come back to that point where it's like, what is an ending? Like, do endings exist, or do you just like grow from like that stop in your life? I think that's what I believe in.